A WWE superstar who was released from the company had a controversial exit. And as you guys know, sometimes with controversy, WWE tends to stay away from talent if it positions WWE to look in a poor way. Now, this person individually has come out and says that WWE has erased them from history, and I am calling bullshit. We're going to talk a little bit about that, plus another potential WWE return that is really exciting to me. And we do got to talk a little bit more about WWE Evolution 2 because there's a lot of things people just simply aren't talking about. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to kick things off. Let's talk about Evolution 2. As you guys know, several weeks ago, I talked about the original report that came out. PWN was talking about the rumored thing coming to light. Obviously, Evolution 2, it's expected to take place at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. A little bit of a smaller venue, but WWE will be doing another all-women's event. And obviously, there has been multiple confirmations on this. WrestleVotes also confirmed PWN's original report. Obviously, WWE just has a lot of great, talented women in their company. You got Julia, Stephanie, Zarya, and so many others in NXT. And then obviously, you cannot forget about the ones that are on Raw and SmackDown. However, you know, this is one of those things where I genuinely believe like WWE doing Evolution 2 is great. I thought the first one was awesome. I think this next one will be awesome. They absolutely have a loaded roster. However, the thing that's not being talked about is potentially having TNA involved. Obviously, TNA and WWE continues to grow their relationship. We know that the Hardys are at some point expected to do some main roster stuff on WWE television. Why don't we have TNA involved in Evolution 2? Why is this not being talked about? Why is this not being something that fans want to see or mentioning it or anything like that? Obviously, WWE just brought in Jordynne Grace, and TNA does have a little bit of a shortage of their knockouts division. Obviously, WWE and AEW purged them. You know, Deonna Purrazzo's gone, Taya Valkyrie's gone. You know, Naomi went back to WWE. Jordynne Grace went to WWE. They obviously lost quite a few stars, and now they're being led by Tessa Blanchard. And no, I don't believe WWE would bring in Tessa Blanchard, but I do think, obviously, with us seeing TNA television and JC Jane's crossing over there and Gigi Dolan's crossing over there, I would love to see Evolution 2 take place, but I would also like to see TNA involved in having the TNA Knockouts Championship defended. I don't know who it would be from WWE representing the company, but it would be really nice to see TNA have some sort of involvement with Evolution. And by the time Evolution begins, maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe Natalya can have a big-time matchup in the company. I don't know. My point that I'm trying to make, though, is TNA's involvement would be really awesome.
Now would be the best time to remind you that we have a major goal to hit 100,000 subscribers. Over 40% of the viewers who watch this channel are not subscribed. Please click subscribe if you enjoy staying educated on everything with wrestling news.
And that brings us to our next topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about this return. Mike Tyson could very well be back in the WWE. He's talking about this publicly. He wants to be back in the WWE. WWE obviously doing a lot of celebrity involvement these days. WWE has just so much stuff happening under the TKO brand. And obviously TKO now has that great relationship with Netflix, who, by the way, has a great relationship with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Their event did numbers. Now, Bleacher Report did an interview with Mike Tyson, and he says that he wants to be back in WWE. He says he had a really great time in WWE, and he's very, very thrilled with the idea. There's been rumors that maybe Mike Tyson actually could be involved with WWE at WrestleMania, being that it's in Las Vegas, which obviously would make a lot of sense. However, what I really think that people need to talk about when it comes to Mike Tyson being in the WWE, there's a lot of people who watch my videos and I read the comments, and a lot of people tend to not like the idea of celebrities being involved. In general statement, general idea, the idea of celebrities not being involved. However, when you look at WWE and their whole ecosystem of what they do across Raw, SmackDown, NXT, there's always going to be some sort of celebrity involvement. And even now, more than ever under TKO, that appears to be the case. And obviously, Mike Tyson brought in some very, very big numbers for Netflix. And obviously, Netflix executives would want more Mike Tyson because we know that he's a massive draw. Now, I'm not suggesting that Mike Tyson is a wrestler. We all know he can't be a wrestler. But what I do want to see is Mike Tyson potentially getting back into the WWE, having a short stint in a very massive feud in which he would be the special guest referee for the payoff match. And listen, I'm not suggesting it happens with Cody and John Cena, but it is your marquee match. It is your massive match. I could understand why some people would make that argument. It would make sense for that to happen. Obviously, the posters, the graphics, having Mike Tyson involved, that type of thing. I don't want to see that happen necessarily. I don't think that feud specifically needs Mike Tyson, but I could see Mike Tyson maybe even getting involved in the build-up to that feud. I don't know, right? And obviously, time will tell. But I think Mike Tyson being in the WWE makes a lot of sense. He's obviously a big draw. And of course, a lot of people know who he is, to the point where I think they would want to see him back on WWE television in some capacity. So you can't ignore that in the slightest at all. And that brings us to our final topic, ladies and gentlemen. Mandy Rose, as you guys know, maybe you don't know, but she had a controversial exit from WWE. And WWE since then has really done nothing. Like, they don't bring her in. They don't call her in for a one-off. They don't ask her to come to the Royal Rumble. They don't have communication with Mandy Rose. She's basically erased, right? Now she's actually speaking up about this, and it's led to a very big backlash from fans because Stephanie McCurry is being celebrated as the first ever NXT Women's Double Champion. Mandy Rose won the NXT UK Championship, and she retained her NXT Women's Championship, but she unified belts. Stephanie McCurry did not unify belts. So obviously a lot of fans right now, they're just like, yo, Mandy Rose, you were not a double champion, right? You unified belts. Stephanie McCurry is defending 2 championships on one night. Clearly a difference. Now Mandy Rose is going on Busted Open Radio, and she says, I don't know if they would accept me back. I don't know how they feel. I've never had a conversation. Are they really offended with what happened? I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to be associated with me anymore, in a sense, because I feel like I'm a bit erased in certain scenarios. They did mention her. It was a promo package, and they were talking about women in general evolving, which she felt was cool. That gave me a little glimmer of hope. Oh, I got a little recognition there, and I feel I am a little bit of erased from the Rolodex of superstars, but I could be wrong. So obviously, Mandy Rose is being very outspoken about this, but I'm going to tell you guys what I think, and genuinely just listen to me here. Mandy Rose could have gone to AEW, TNA, anywhere else that she wanted to. She could have flourished in the indie scene, but after pro wrestling, she did not. And I get it. She's making a lot of money from her fan subscription model thing, and obviously she has her podcast and all that good stuff, and that's cool. But I talk about a lot of wrestlers who end up leaving WWE, they get released, and then all of a sudden, they just disappear from the pro wrestling world. And that's fine, sure. But if you want to be recognized and you want to come back to WWE, show them what they missed out on. Show them why it was a mistake. But obviously, that's not how it works.